Hello and welcome, people of the internet, to a brand new campaign. I am your lovely DM, Hi Guy, and this is Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. We're just gonna jump right into it with our lovely intro narration as we move to see the Isle of Stormwreck. Your journey was uneventful, but the isle, now visible off the bow, promises rare wonders. Seaweed shimmers in countless brilliant colors below you, and rays of sunlight defy the overcast sky to illuminate the lush, dark basalt rock of the island. Avoiding the rocks jutting up from the ocean, your ship makes its way toward a calm harbor on the island's north side. A large, open-air temple comes into view, perched on the edge of a cliff high above you. The ship drops anchor at the mouth of the harbor, and two sailors row you ashore. You have plenty of time to admire the towering statue at the center of the temple, depicting a wizened man surrounded by 7 songbirds. A long path winds up the side of the cliff to the temple, dotted along the way with doorways cut into the rock. The sailors set you ashore on a rickety dock where a large rowboat is neatly tied. They point to the base of the path and wish you good luck before they row back to the ship. Your visit to Dragon's Rest begins. As we move to an actual map, I would like everyone to roll me a d20.
Oh my lord, already the nat 20.
/r space 1d20 if you're doing it that way. There you go. Alright, well, starting with the appropriate nat 20, introduce yourself, introduce your character to the crew.
Okay.
You've all arrived, you've just been let off the rowboat, and you're all here on this island.
Well, my character's name is Octu. He's a human wearing scale mail armor, very strong arms and biceps. On his back, he has a huge bag that seems to be moving around a little bit. Maybe you can see a couple of spiders crawling its way out of it. He's got pretty long brown hair down to his shoulders and big, large fur boots. And he came over here to maybe just chill out here, or the facade of just chilling out here trying to move, but maybe there's some other stuff going on behind him that maybe we'll find out about later.
Ooh, secretive.
Mayhaps.
Well, as you stand on the docks and begin walking, we're just going to go down the order next. Next person and character to introduce themselves is the lovely person who rolled a 15.
That's me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I had to pull up the character sheet. So I am playing a paladin, and his name is Damon. And he has a noble background, and his reason for being here is rejuvenating pilgrimage, I think. That's what that's supposed to be. And he swore an oath to Bahamut, if I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's all I got.
Well, fantastic. Next in line is the 12.
My character's name, Halden Tinbranch, is your typical halfling. Short, scruffy, brown hair. It's a rogue, so I'm here to look for lost fortune, some treasure.
As is the case for a majority of rogues. Next up is the 9.
I'm playing Astra. She is an elf. She's wearing a tunic and breeches and has a short sword on one hip, a spell book on the other. She's holding a letter as we approach the island that she stuffs next to the spell book. And yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, the 7.
Hey, hi guy, I have a question.
Okay.
What's the weather like?
The weather is pretty. It's sunny out. It's fairly cloudy. Nothing crazy.
So Lorelei stands there, looking very down. She is an Eladrin. Her hair is a very deep blue, very pale blue skin. Her eyes are almost whited out. It seems like almost dead inside, and she kind of just stands there uneasily. And her reason for being there is because her god told her to be there.
And with that, you can also introduce your characters to each other. As you have the lay of the land now, you see the rocky path ahead of you that leads up to that temple you've seen, and, well, yeah, as I said, you have the lay of the land.
Okay, so we're at the temple?
You
Like,
are,
it is right in front of us?
We're right by
yes,
the dock.
You're at the docks, and the temple, the staircase leading up to the temple along the cliffside is ahead of you.
Okay.
Is anybody else going to the temple? Mind if I tag along?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, we've made that entire journey here. We might as well stick around and go to the temple together if we're all going, right?
Perhaps get some clues to where there's lost treasure, maybe.
Lost treasure. That sounds sort of excited.
A treasure of knowledge.
Not the sort of treasure I'm looking for.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, like, treasure of knowledge, like, it's real cool and all, but, also not the one I was picturing when you said lost treasure. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go to the temple, guys. I think that's a great idea.
Hopefully each of you should be able to control and move your tokens. Hey.
Yep.
Did you already say
Who's
tokens, or-
who's the biggest character we have? Tallest or whatever.
I would. Octu is probably like 5'11".
I mean, I guess to my character, you're all pretty big, so.
Lorelei's like the same height as Octu.
I mean, Octu may not be like incredibly tall, but he's got some muscles, man. So if you're talking about big in that sense, too, I'm up there, man.
Up there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Wait, I just realized that you shrank your token. I love it.
So, as you all get ready to leave the beach and start your climb up the steps, you hear a ruckus of splashing and a wet, gurgling moan from behind you. 3 figures you see are shambling up the water's edge, dressed as sailors, but their skin is gray and they looked drowned. Seawater drools from their slack mouths as they lurch
Holy shit.
Zombies
Zombies.
rising.
Dude, you're dead.
What the? This is not the welcome I was expecting.
We have our first initiative of the campaign.
I don't know why that rolled twice. Oh, hang on. Let me reroll.
I
that.
really
gotta-
hate the fact that I have a -1 initiative because I just rolled a natural 20.
That zombie gets a 1.
Please disregard the second roll. Just the first one.
Oh,
There you
why
go.
mine rolled 2 GM?
That
Mine
is-
keeps rolling to it. That's weird.
No, that's happening with all of the sheets. I think you have to turn it off.
Oh,
How do we turn it off?
cool.
Uh,
Somewhere in the character settings.
Yeah. I have no idea how character sheets work on here. I've never used the character sheets on Roll20 before, so.
whisper rolls to GM. Always whisper. Yeah, I think turn that off.
Let me see where it is on the character sheet.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I see it. Yeah, that was very
Okay.
helpful. There we go.
Alright,
Let me
well,
try that. Try this again.
well, don't try it again. Your initiative's already set.
It's. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, with everyone's initiative, Lorelei, you're up first. What do you wish to do?
Good question, friendo. Sorry, rearranging windows so that I can actually see things. From underneath Lorelei's coat, she pulls out this warhammer, and she just
God
tries to,
damn.
All right.
small little elf-looking girl just pulling out a giant warhammer, and she kind of holds out her hand, and she's going to cast. Why is it asking me for a cantrip at what level? Check W, okay.
Roll 20 be worded like that.
And no, I'm gonna cast
Fingers.
chilling touch on this gentleman.
Alright, so make a ranged spell attack, so roll a d20 plus your ranged spell attack bonus.
So oh, what is it? What's the command again for roll?
/R space 1d20. A 7 unfortunately misses. You go to cast, and the skeletal ghostly hand, you send it towards the zombie, but the zombie in its shambling somehow manages to dodge out of the way.
Lorelei kind of takes a deep sigh and she runs back behind this person, kind of like trying to shield herself.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You just move behind the smallest character that's there.
Halden,
No,
you're up.
okay.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Well, I guess we will take a shot with the short bow.
At which one?
We'll go in the middle.
Okay.
And, would sneak attack apply?
There is no ally next to it. You need
Okay.
advantage or an ally next to the enemy to get a sneak attack.
Right, okay. Well, here we go then. Short bow.
A 16 does indeed hit as you fire an arrow and you see it sink into the gross, watery, spilling chest of this undead sailor.
Okay, and I guess I'm gonna use naturally stealthy and hide on the back over here.
Okay. So I think that lets you do a bonus action stealth.
Just says you can attempt to hide when you're obscured by a creature that's at least one size larger.
Okay, so that would be an action to stealth. You already short-bowed. Alright, so that is your turn.
Yep.
This zombie is gonna begin shuffling forward and get right here. This zombie is gonna get right in front of our wizard.
Oh, that ain't fun.
Fabulous.
And gonna try and slam his undead, rotting fists into your face.
May he roll low.
He gets a 12.
That is in fact my armor class.
Well, you get hit in the face by this zombie and you take 7 damage.
Son of a nunkins. I'm down to 1.
God damn.
Octu, you're up.
Okay. Shit. Octude's just gonna drop his bag and, despite having 2 daggers at his side, he never pulls them out. Instead, he just comes up from behind and wallops this zombie right in the back of the head with my unarmored fighting style.
Okay. You are flanking, so you do get advantage.
Oh, forgot.
An 18 does hit, and you just sock this zombie in the back of the head,
Yes, sir.
and it kind of lurches towards your ally wizard for a second, and then it kind of, like, it seems a bit dazed, which is interesting, because it's a zombie. They have no brains. Well, they have brains, but you know what I mean.
Is it still up?
It is indeed still standing.
Okay, well, if it like ever turns around again, let's say it just does turn around, I'm gonna do a quick jump back here, see if he tries to swing at me or anything.
He is gonna try and get a backswing
Oh yeah.
for a 9.
Yeah, she'll miss, and I'll come right back out.
Okay.
Little bit of dodgy action.
Just let him try to hit you.
Alright, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Hey, Astra.
Okay. With tears in eyes, Astra's gonna whisper a few words of magic, reach out, and shocking grasp the zombie.
Ooh, you will have advantage because you're flanking. Well, so, yeah, I'll take that second one. So that does indeed hit. You grab the zombie and begin shocking it, sending this course of lightning through its body. And you know what? I'll even give you an extra damage because of how waterlogged he is. You know, it conducts electricity.
Yes, sir.
And you
Nice.
see him kind of spark up and begin shaking in place, but he is still standing. Whether it be the lightning coursing through him, or just because he's a zombie.
Okay, then I'm gonna go away. It's important to note that shocking grasp takes away his reaction.
Indeed, it does. Alright, you depart. Anything else?
Nope, that's me.
This zombie is gonna join his friend here. Right behind you, Octu.
Oh, I seem to have got myself in a pickle.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah, I'd like to hit me a little bit.
So you get scraped by this zombie for 7 damage.
Sort of hurts.
Alright. Damon, you're finally up.
Woohoo! Alright. I'm going to move forward. And I would like to hit that zombie with my battle axe.
Okay.
Once I find thing on the character sheet. And hope I'm doing this right. Okay.
Alright. You do indeed hit with an 8.
Woo!
You cut into the zombie for 6 slashing damage as he just stares at you with now a giant gash across his chest. Still standing, of course. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is all.
Okay, back to you, Lorelai.
Lorelai has a little bit of panic in her eyes as she looks over to her, over to Astra, and, she kind of looks at her and places her hands on her, and she's going to cast Healing Word.
Thank you.
So you are healed for 7.
That's full health.
Well, what do you know?
Nice.
Who would have guessed that low-level healing spells are so good on low-level characters?
Amazing. I would have never gotten that.
Who'd have thought?
Lorelai just softly goes, please don't get hit very often, and frantically runs over here.
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Alright, back to Halden.
Which way is this one facing?
That one last turned around to
So it's away
strike
from me.
him. Yes.
Okay, so we'll move up. And I'm gonna stab. And this has sneak attack too.
Mm-hmm. You have advantage.
Okay. So we add a dagger there.
Okay, so a 15, that does hit.
Okay, and then we roll the d6.
So 7 damage. Okay.
And
So, let's see here. So you slash into this zombie. You cut him at the knee. You kind of see him fall for a quick second. Octu, this zombie kind of goes falling directly first into your plate on your chest. He kind of slams into you, and you see him fall for a quick second. And then with one of his weakened arms, he immediately pushes himself back up, standing tall.
Not fun.
Not dead.
And then I'm gonna move through the crowd up to here.
Okay. Alright, so this zombie is gonna try and get a munch on the thing that last hit it, which is you, Damon. Does a 17 hit you?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Alright, well, if it does, this zombie
Yeah,
scratches
let me-
at you for 3 damage.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Oh!
Actually, my armor class is 18.
Wow.
Ooh.
So you managed to, maybe put up your battle axe just in time to deflect the blow, and you take no damage. That's the power of a paladin, even at low level. Okay. Well, this zombie then is gonna try and get a taste of the little guy. Does an 18 hit Halden?
Well, that's not good.
As you kind of dodge out of the way, you take a blow from behind for 7 damage. That's his turn. Octu.
Well, Octu with like blood running at the back of his head now from this asshole. I'm gonna try to slam my fist into the guy in front of me again.
Okay.
The one who just got back up.
Wallop.
Oh my god.
Oh, so this guy.
Wallop him.
This guy.
Yeah, the guy who just got back up. Yeah.
Okay, you wallop him.
I'm trying to shatter his jaw here, man.
Let's
I want this
see.
guy down.
Okay, so you take this swing, and I think maybe only... Let's see, I gotta remember everyone's names. I think only Astra would see this, as everyone else is preoccupied. But Astra, you see one of your new allies, Octu, take a mean right hook to the side of this zombie's face, and the bottom jaw of this zombie just goes flying as it finally falls to the ground, deader than dead.
Yeah. Yeah, also, Octu has, like, no fighting style or technique with his fists. He's just relying purely on his strength.
Well, you did a wallop.
Whoa.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'll move over around here.
Okay, moving on to the rocks.
I feel like that's a real bad idea, but I would do it.
Okay.
The zombie turn around and
That-
shove you off.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Astra.
I'm going to shoot a frost bolt at this zombie.
Okay. That strikes the zombie, making him chiller than usual, freezing up some of the water, and let's see. On hit, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. This zombie kind of gets some frost locked around its legs, and you guys see it's struggling to move a bit more. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
Okay. This zombie is gonna try and keep munching down on you, Octu, for a 16.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah, that hurts.
For 6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that hurts.
As he wallops you.
I'm hurting. Got a couple broken ribs, you know.
You're hurting, I'm hurting.
Damon.
Phew, me again. I am going to just hit the zombie with my battle axe again. Do.
Oh yeah, you slash against this zombie again. You take your battle axe one-handed, you swing against it, and you lop off. You just completely, cleanly lop off one of his arms. He is now standing there, blood-covered, staring back at you, but minus an arm.
Nice. And that is all.
Alright. Lorelei, you see the same thing. You see Damon swing their battle axe and lop off one of the zombie's arms.
Lorelei kind of just kind of freaks out a little bit as the arm falls off, and she goes, "I'm sorry, friend," and she takes a swing with both hands with her warhammer.
That does hit. And 11 does hit.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Just click on the word Warhammer, it'll roll the damage.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Alright, you swing on this zombie, and you bring the Warhammer down. You bring it right over its head. It falls to the ground, falls to a knee, and you see this giant just cavity in the back of its head where your Warhammer left. But with its one remaining arm, it very slowly crawls right back to its feet, still somehow standing despite missing half of its skull and an arm.
little freaked out. She goes, "Please kill it! Please kill it!" And she runs. She runs back. Just
Alright. Well, with its remaining arm, it's gonna try and claw at you
yeah, that's fine.
for a 6.
That misses.
It is barely struggling to stand, so it goes to swipe out at you, but it's so weak that it just barely misses. Or it fully misses. Like, this zombie's looking bad. Badder than it would. Alright, is that your turn?
Yay.
Halden.
I kind of want to try to hide underneath the zombie.
I love that.
It'll work,
Seeing
I
as
swear.
if I back away, it's gonna swing at me and possibly hit. And I'm already low.
You could also take an advantage attack against the zombie since you are flanking
I
and
could.
you would get sneak attack.
Yeah, we'll do that.
A 17 does hit.
And a d6.
Damn! That's good damage.
It's real good damage.
You take your dagger and run it up alongside the back of this zombie, just slicing him. He's not cut in half because you're using a dagger, but there's a large... His spine is certainly showing. As Octu, you kind of have to balance yourself to not be knocked into the water as the zombie just falls forward, finally collapsing to the ground.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna move here.
Okay. This zombie is gonna try and keep up the fight with you, Damon. You're its nemesis. So it's gonna try and slam at you with its one arm for a 16.
You?
It just scrapes against your armor. It's standing there, barely dead. Well, dying. It is dead, but it's dying again.
I'm dead.
Will Octu be able to put the zombie out of its misery?
After seeing that zombie just fall to the ground, I'm gonna go full sprinting at this guy and try to grab at his legs and pick him up and slam him onto the ground.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Oof.
Okay. Please describe how you finish this last zombie.
Yes, sir! So as I said, Octu, after the guy who almost killed him finally falls to the ground, doesn't get back, I'm sprinting full force at this guy, bending down, grabbing onto his legs, sort of cracking the bones a little bit too with just the amount of force. Raise him like way over up to my shoulders and just full on slams him down onto the ground with this giant thud sound and oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll stomp on his head for extra good measure to make sure this guy is not getting back up.
So you guys just basically see Octu run against this zombie and like suplex them. And it does not get back.
Woo. And yeah, Octu, he's
You're
bleeding in
welcome.
a lot of areas.
We definitely need to. Yes. Do not underestimate this island. Astra's gonna cast Mage Armor on herself.
Okay.
Alright, I have a question for Octu and Holden.
Yeah.
Well, I can obviously see Octu's. Holden, how bad are you?
I'm 2 out of 9.
They are definitely bleeding and broken.
Octu, yeah, he's just stumbling back to his bag. Like, he doesn't even look like he's mentally here. This guy's about to pass out.
Knocked
Laura-
1 out of 14.
Lorelai kind of walks, or like, as Octu, like, walks past her, she kind of goes, please stop. And, and she tends to his wounds.
5 HP.
Oof. Okay.
And I just want to
You're
say
almost at half, so.
that's my last spell slot, everybody. Please stop.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
She
I'm
goes,
just gonna start using my short bow.
it's not much, but I hope it works. And she kind of just goes like puts her warhammer away and kind of starts like fidgeting with her hands.
Ah, no, you. Thank you. Genuinely, I could have died right there. Even if the zombies are dead, I could have just passed out and bled to death if you didn't do that. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
would have just revived you and used your soul.
Huh?
Just casually says that. What the crap?
Sure, man. Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Very interesting.
Alright, well, while they're having their freaky conversation, Astra, Damon, what are you guys doing after the fight?
I cast Mage Armor on myself, and now I'm kind of looking around and... Shall we see if there's shelter in the, over there?
I could use a rest.
This island sucks. Oh my god.
The only thing driving me is the potential for treasure.
After I got to deal with these guys, I want some treasure too. Jesus.
Okay. So I take it you guys will be going up the stairs to the temple.
Yes. I want safety.
So how much treasure is your life worth? Like, how much is too little here?
Good question.
You say that like there's such thing as too little.
I mean, I wouldn't die for like a single gold coin, but that's...
Oh well, a single gold, if you put it that way.
There might be something that's a little bit too little.
Lorelai goes, you shouldn't put value on your own life. You know that, right?
You take all the knowledge you want. I just want gold.
I certainly will take all the knowledge.
Alright, so who is leading the charge up the stairs? What is the march?
I think I'm currently leading the charge.
Well, as you guys walk up the stairs, I'm gonna put you on a new map.
Ah,
As
that's concerning.
you walk up the stairs, your arrival quickly draws the attention of the entire population of this place, which consists mostly of kobolds. These small reptilian folk eye you curiously while a couple of humans watch from a distance. All the cloister's residents are dressed in simple clothes, and no one carries a visible weapon. You see one of the kobolds approaches you and pipes up with, "What's your name?" And at that, all the kobolds immediately begin swarming and barraging you with questions. "Where are you from? What's that? Why are you here?" And more that are lost in the noise of, well, the kobolds barraging you with questions.
My name is Astra. This is Don't Touch. I'm here because I'm looking for an observatory. Do you know anything?
What are the others doing, before we get to that question, what are the others doing as they're swarmed by the kobolds?
At first, Octu's like happily answering, like, "Oh, my name's Octu. Just came on a boat here." And then, like, as the questions just keep on coming, he sort of just shuts down and, like, "Okay, I'm done with this shit."
How about Lorelai?
Lorelai's in a panic state and is currently kind of like clinging on to Astra, like holding like her shirt and trying not to like freak out right now.
Halden, what's your reaction?
It's just a big crowd of creatures my size, so I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
sort of
New friends.
not really answering much, but talking a little bit.
And how about Damon?
Answers the questions at first, like, to his name, and he doesn't really say why he's here. And then he kind of like ignores them as they go on and on and on.
And as they go on, Um, before they can answer your question, Astra, you see that the chattering kobolds fall silent as a new figure approaches. You see descending gracefully from the upper part of the cloister. She's an elderly human woman with weathered brown skin, white hair and tight braids, and kindly hazel eyes, dressed in simple white robe, and she smiles as she draws near and extends her arms in greetings. Welcome to Dragon's Rest, she says. May Bahamut's guidance lead you to whatever you seek. And you see the kobolds kind of make way for you guys to walk.
Speaking of that, you wouldn't happen to know anything about an observatory, would you?
One moment, please hold. I have this in my notes somewhere. Okay, she will say, yes, there is an observatory on this island. And she kind of looks at your allies who are battered and bruised and says, but it seems now would not be the time for talks like that. Your allies, I assume they are your allies, seem to be hurt. Why don't you all join me up to the kitchen and we can sit down and heal your wounds and have a fresh meal?
Food.
Yes, heal
coming
wounds,
forward.
fresh
Yeah,
meal,
yeah.
and have sauce.
Sounds great. Just rushing through the rest of the crowd. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. She would also introduce herself as Runara, Elder Runara. Which I will write down for you guys. Elder Runara. And she will lead you all the way up here. Boop, boop. Where you also see another figure sitting at the kitchen table.
Oh my god, it's Varnoff.
Indeed. And she will let you know, she will say, you are welcome to stay here for as long as you wish. You may stay in one of the monastic cells on the path up, or you may stay in the temple. We all eat here with the rest of this community in this dining room. You have a library if you wish to read and study. For now, welcome to Dragon's Rest. If there are things you wish to explore while on the island, you can always count on this to be a safe haven for your return.
Thank you.
Are there hours for the library, or is that just like open all the time?
There are no hours. You are admitted to enter whenever you wish. And she will point down this way to this.
I'm just gonna put my head down. She's never gonna leave. Mumbling to myself.
And that is none of your concern. Elven ears.
And at the table with you guys, you see a muscular human whose black hair is cropped close to her scalp. She has light brown skin bearing many scars, one of which runs across her left eye, which is milky and blind. and you see an elegant prosthetic made from wood and metal replaces her right leg below the knee.
That's sort of cool.
Mm-hmm.
What you said she was just like walking by, or did she come join us?
Runara or the person that you saw?
The person we saw.
That person, Varnoth, who you haven't, learned their name yet, is at the table with you guys currently eating.
Oh, they're the one with the alligator prosthetic?
Yeah, the alligator prosthetic.
Is that not what you just said? What am I hearing?
I
What?
said wooden and metallic.
Where the fuck did I hear alligator
I don't know,
prosthetic?
did
I'm
anyone
like,
else
what?
hear alligator?
Am I
No.
crazy? Okay, I'm crazy. Whatever.
Yeah, I think you might be crazy, man.
I guess I'm a little bit insane.
But Runara brings out plates and bowls of food for you guys. As you can hear some of the kobolds kind of going around, just walking around the place. One of them enters the room and sits down for some food. Now you guys are at Dragon's Rest. What would you like to do? You have some interesting faces around the table with you.
So, do you know of an observatory? Like, the library's great, but I came for a reason.
Indeed. As I look at more of my notes. Runara will say, yes, there is a observatory on one of the cliff tops here. It used to be a marvel of magical innovation, adorned with gorgeous stained glass windows and marble spires. But the observatory was destroyed centuries ago and now lies in ruin and crumbled memory overtaken by nature.
Why do you care so much about the observatory?
I believe that's said to Astra. Hello?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. What was that again?
Just curious why you care so much about the observatory.
It's there's knowledge to be obtained, and there's a promise, an old promise.
Okay, I get you.
Indeed, if you will all help me make it to the observatory in one piece, I will help you find whatever treasure you seek for a smaller amount.
What did Halden say?
I said, now you have my attention.
Treasure. I mean, you even know where to start finding this treasure?
Who is that towards?
Towards you?
Me?
Yeah.
The only clue that I have is that it's, should be here. In this temple somewhere. Or on the island.
Okay.
And as you guys are kind of talking, Runara pipes up and says, "Well, once again, I welcome you all to Dragon's Rest. Feel free to talk to any of our community. Maybe they may know more of what you seek. You can always chat with Varnoth here, or Tarek in the library." And she kind of looks at you, Damon, and would you have a holy symbol anywhere visible?
I assume he would, yes.
And she would look at you and say, look at you specifically and says, I see your symbol. If you wish, I would suggest spending time in the Temple of Bahamut we have here. And they
Yes, I would like that.
point here. And I actually do have some stuff to show you guys just to see for sake of maps. You guys are currently 60 feet up a cliffside.
Damn. Okay. That's sort of high.
Now, keep in mind, throwing things off of the cliffside, perfect strategy for killing.
And then Runora kind of goes, "I will be in the library if you need me, but I do hope you enjoy your stay," and begins walking off. Boop, boop, library.
If the treasure is here in the temple somewhere, like, how old is your information? Perhaps the library holds some clues to legends of where it might be stashed.
I've just been following the trail for a while. That's the latest clue I have. It's led me here.
Following the trail, so are you chasing someone who might have it? Or following a treasure map?
Somebody, actually, is who I'm trying to find.
Then the library probably has little information on this. I'm going to sigh very heavily.
You really wanted me to go to that library.
I mean, I'm down to go to a library. Why not?
You're all free to move wherever you wish.
I just need my health back up.
Honestly.
I will say for eating food and kind of sitting around for some time, you guys will gain the benefits of a short rest.
Yay.
So you can roll your hit die and gain some health. If you get anything back on a short rest, you get your stuff back on a short rest.
My one hit die.
That's what all you have. You're level 1.
Let's go. They said that the
Okay.
observatory wasn't in a great state, right?
Yes, that is what Elder Runara did say, that the observatory has fallen to time and nature has overtaken it.
Is that just what it rolled, or?
Yep, that's what you get back in
Okay.
health.
Okay, well, more than enough.
Even though it's fallen to time, there may still be some valuable books and artifacts.
Yeah. I wonder if the zombies were a common occurrence on this island, because if we gotta deal with those guys like all the time, that's gonna be so annoying.
As
Deadly.
as you kind of bring that up, the scarred woman across from you, Varnoth, says, "If you're interested in the zombies, I think I might know where they may be coming from. Saw several ships that have recently crashed on the rocks north of Dragon's Rest. They sunk with no survivors. We saw me and one of the kobolds, Ricks. We saw a ship veer off course and crash into the rocks. That may be where the zombies are coming from if you're interested in checking it out. Renara may have more information. That's what me and Ricks know. That's what we both saw.
I only know the basics on anatomy and rudimentary medical things, but I do not believe the dead rise of their own accord, even if they're drowned. Might there be a magical explanation? Like someone raising them up?
Can't get
Or
my health bar to change, but whatever.
Your health
I
bar
got my
changed
health.
on my end.
Oh, it hasn't on mine. Maybe I need a refresh.
Varnoth says, it's certainly possible. We've been
There it
harrowed
goes.
by these zombies for some time. We managed to hold them back, but they keep coming, so yeah, I like your theory of something magical.
perhaps a curse laid on that beach, or perhaps someone doing it intentionally. I shall have to search the library.
Varnoth kind of just nods their head and takes another spoonful of soup, not a soup full of spoon.
Soup full of spoon.
But we're gonna need to keep on dealing with those zombies unless we deal with the problem, is what I'm hearing.
Most likely.
We have to figure out the problem before we can deal with it, because if it is simply a case of anything that dies in those waters rises again, well,
Not wrong.
Pie guy,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to take someone with me to go check the water?
You
Given the-
certainly could.
Given the fact that I'm a death cleric, maybe I could figure out something on why it's possible that it revives people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can easily go down to the waters. Who you asking to go with you?
Lorelei kind of fidgets with her hands and looks up, and she raises her hand and she goes, well, given the fact that I worship a death god, it's possible that I could figure out something with the water if somebody wants to come down to the water with me.
I'll go. Why not?
She goes, thank you. I don't want to go alone.
considering how difficult our last encounter, perhaps the more the merrier?
I can go with.
Should we all go?
I mean, yeah, the more the merrier.
You
I
might
agree.
do some research to figure out maybe if there's an underlying problem other than the water.
I was hoping to spend some time in the library looking for that very thing.
It's completely up to you. I don't want to be a bother.
Not about it. I'll come.
Well, if you all feel confident that you can handle it without me, I can spend some time in the library.
Yeah, you do that. Enjoy your books.
Damon, any thoughts on the matter?
I mean, I do see the point of going as a group, because that last encounter was a little difficult. So maybe we could research and then go out to the water, like as a collective.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's a great idea.
That's certainly a good idea. Well then, if this is where we shall spend our energies, then after this lunch, I will be in the library.
Okay.
Sounds like a trip to the library.
Why not?
Pie guy, I have a question.
Yes.
How long are we spending inside the library? Actually, this is towards the group.
Till we become frustrated or figure out what's up.
So you would
Pretty
say
much, pretty much
what-
until I get answers, or everybody else goes, it's useless and drags me out.
Yeah.
so shooting for less than 4 hours?
Not likely.
Not likely. Okay. Lorelai's gonna find a nice little cozy corner and enter a trance-like state.
As you guys walk into the library, you see two figures. You see a winged kobold who is not with the other kobolds. However, this little kobold's wings, you see, seem to be very ripped up and badly injured. And you see her reading some books and tinkering with some stuff. And opposite them, you see a human male, middle-aged, pale skin, but tan darker with many freckles, auburn hair, and a beard that is mostly gray and gray-blue eyes. Faded tattoos and an abstract design peek up the side of his neck from beneath his dirt-stained robes. And I would like to ask Halden, what is your background? What's your character's background?
I mean, besides criminal?
No, that's what I was looking for. As you walk in, you immediately recognize the tattoos on this figure. They are the mark, or the mark, they mark as a symbol associated with the Gilded Gallows, a thieves' guild that operates in a country far to the southeast called Eltergard.
He just might be worth talking to.
As you guys enter, if any of you wish to look for books, you may roll investigations. And let me know what types of books you're looking for in specific.
I'm looking for any myths or legends having to do with the water and people rising. I want to find out how long it's been going on and how long and if there may be anything that may speak of an event that happened as it started.
Okay, so roll me investigation.
Got a 24.
Oh, right, that's you. Well, you don't necessarily find any books about Dragon's Rest or Stormwreck Isle. You do find some books about legends and, shipwrecks. But as you're kind of looking at it and looking through these books, Runara comes up to you, sees that you're looking at these different books, and says, I see you must have spoken with either Varnoth or Rix. I must have told you about our zombie problem and the shipwrecks off the coast. Specifically I believe that whatever answer you seek is likely to be found on an older shipwreck here on the coast of the island, the wreck of a ship called the Compass Rose.
Oh? And what brings you to that conclusion? What is the Compass Rose?
Well, it's one of the more older shipwrecks here on this island, and I don't have definitive proof, but I have reason to believe that that may be where our zombie problem originates from. It's one of the oldest and longest shipwrecks that have been here on amongst the rocks.
Was there a wizard or a witch or anyone that you may know of that died in it? Or has there been anyone, aside from me, who seems to prescribe to the wizardly arts in the area directly after it went down?
We aren't sure of any of the possible passengers or anyone who may be tampering with it. Most that we know is some 40 years ago, this ship came to the Isle, and, well, none of the passengers made it up alive. And to our horror, ever since then, those who drowned have found their way ashore as those shambling zombies.
And none of your clerics of Bahamut have attempted to bless the area?
Fortunately, I would be the only cleric here, and I can't well leave anyone here alone, out of fear of those zombies encroaching. And Runara kind of looks over at Damon, and says, "Perhaps your group's arrival will speak well for our community. Perhaps you can investigate the Compass Rose yourselves."
Damon will kind of look at the group and be like, well, what do you say? Should we go investigate it?
Well, I do believe that if it has been happening for 40 years from this ship, then it is perhaps either a curse or mayhaps an artifact. In the case of a curse, I'm uncertain what we can do, except maybe should you have the power to purify the area?
Who are you asking that to?
To Damon.
Yeah. Okay. I would say I'm gonna be honest, I don't play paladins, so I don't really know what I can and can't do. So.
I mean, at level 1, I think that we lack the power to beat an area
probably.
curse, but...
Probably, yeah. Maybe eventually with more knowledge. That's what I would say.
I guess I just wonder
So
if...
how did you describe this? How did you describe this Tarok character I'm sitting next to?
Well, hold on, just one second. What was Astra saying?
Okay.
I guess as a group in investigating this, I just wonder at the efficiency or at the worth of investigating. If we cannot change anything, then we may be just putting our lives on the line for nothing. On the other hand, shipwrecks do carry treasure.
I imagine Alden's ears pipe up at that.
I do pipe up, but I'm curious about the guy
Yes.
that I saw the tattoos on.
The man next to you, he's reading a book. You see he's reading a book on botany. Pale skin, but tanned darker. Many freckles. He has auburn hair, mostly gray in his beard, and gray blue eyes. And you see the faded noose tattoo peeking up from the side of his neck from beneath his dirt-stained robes.
So it's not like super visible. I just noticed it because of the markings.
Yeah, you noticed it because of your connections and of who you are.
I guess I'm gonna ask what brings you to the island.
He pipes up and very softly says, "Oh, just looked for a change in my life, is all. And this island seemed to provide it."
Hmm. I would end up rolling what went inside if I wanted to see if I could
See
tell
if
if he was
lying?
lying or
Yes.
not.
Yes, indeed, insight. Oh, I mean, he's being truthful, he's kind of just here.
What kind of change?
He kind of looks at you and says, I mean no offense, but I'd rather not speak more of that.
Hmm.
And he kind of goes back to his book. So what's the plan, gang? What's everyone doing? Do you have knowledge of the compass rose?
Hmm.
Did we know what happened on the Compass Rose? Or was it just a shipwreck? Like, what was it again?
So far, we know that it was just a shipwreck.
Yeah.
We haven't asked the right questions to know exactly what happened on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so from what you've been told, it was a ship approaching the island. It wrecked, and all of the passengers aboard the ship died.
And then came back as undead, as far as we know.
Yes.
Okay. How long ago was the shipwreck? Do we know that?
40 years. 40 years ago.
And
They said after that the zombies started.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to say that Astra no longer thinks that it might be a necromancer. But instead wonders that it's a curse.
yeah, I mean, we don't know of like any survivors or anything of the ship, right?
No.
We know specifically that there was no
Yeah.
survivor.
Guaranteed no survivors. Okay.
Guaranteed.
Hmm.
Mighty suspicious.
Indeed.
That guarantee doesn't sound quite solid.
Quite the Scooby-Doo mystery.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Well, if there's potential treasure, it's probably worth looking into.
I think if we go just like barging into that shipwreck, I think we're gonna get into something a lot more than we can handle.
Oh,
I mean,
for
barging
sure.
in
Scout it out
that
first.
shipwreck's going to be a bit of a struggle, a bit of a fight, which is why Astra's not exactly looking forward to it. But I mean, it's guaranteed treasure. Ships always have treasure.
That's facts.
Let's at least go scout it out.
What's Lorelei or Damon think?
There's also we still want to see if the death cleric can learn anything by, I don't know, death clericing.
I mean, that puts us close enough to the water if we're gonna go look at the ship.
As she hears something about a death cleric, she walks into the room and she goes, "Hi, everybody!" A little bit more peppy. Her appearance has changed. She's now like a reddish blonde and very energetic and happy. Well, I mean, I would like to go down to the water and check, if you guys don't mind. I mean, I'm sure I can figure something out. I mean, all the years that I've spent inside the temple, I've learned a few things.
If you think you could do it, we can do it.
Yeah, if that's the way the party wants to go, I'm willing to, as long as everybody agrees to help me find my observatory later.
Yeah, we can do that. No problem. We are a group of friends, after all. We help each other out.
Friendship.
Friendship! Woo!
Damon, any thoughts on the matter?
I mean, yeah, I think it would be a good idea to go check it out, get near the water, see if our cleric friend can find out anything.
Okay, so it sounds like next stop would be the water's edge.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Point us towards the shipwreck, if you would, Renara.
Runara can provide you guys a rowboat for you to go around the island's edge. I guess you guys set off to get close to the shipwreck, huh?
Yes.
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Okay, so you guys set off. We're just gonna zip back over here to the world map and reveal this. As you get closer, I would like Lorelei to give me a religion check.
That I can do.
Okay. You guys kind of maybe stop a bit a ways from the wreck. As you get closer, you can indeed see a very large shipwreck. And Lorelei kind of sits there for a second, kind of trying to hone in on possibly anything in the waters or the wreck itself. And being a death cleric, you do get, as you kind of listen in and feel closer to the wreck, kind of get a headache, and you can sense something. You don't know what it is, but you definitely sense something not right coming from the wreck itself.
Lorelei kind of grabs her head and looks at the group and goes, "There's definitely something not okay here. Not at all."
Yeah,
Not
it
100% sure.
can't hold on to its dead. That's not okay.
Okay, well, I mean, probably
You mean-
more than that, but...
But do you mean, like, is this place cursed by a god, or might we find a rune or an artifact causing this?
Hi. Is it like an uneasy, like...
So, it's less so you're getting this uneasy feeling, like, you know, you're not feeling sick or anything, but it's more so that you're getting like, something in there, specifically because you're a death cleric, is why you're feeling this, but something in that ship is more or less attacking your senses. It is attacking your brain, and it hurts.
Okay. Lorelei's gonna break her focus because the headache's getting too much for her, and she's like, I'm not sure. It's like something that's punching my brain. If that makes any sense, I'm assuming that it's probably. It seems more of. Given the fact that it's a ship and the whole thing with treasure, it's probably an artifact that was probably cursed by a god of death of some sort. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be the god that I worship because she's, even though she's a god of death, she's not really the one to place curses.
What if we just ask the kobolds if they have explosive barrels or something and just blow up the entire ship? Just a what if.
Before or after we loot it?
You talk about blowing up treasure here.
Well, maybe the treasure will float to the top.
That's
Gold?
not my experience, no.
That's-
Unlikely. Gold usually sinks.
I haven't done much adventuring, but physics says you're wrong.
Maybe not then. Maybe we don't do that.
Maybe we get the gold, and then if you want to blow up the ship.
Okay.
Hi, guy.
I mean, this is assuming we don't find the artifact. If you find anything that's kind of skull-shaped, break it.
Is the ship, like, sunken, or is, like, some of it sticking out?
So, some of it, you can definitely see the upper part of the ship seems... You could walk on it, but most of it, it is kind of a large ship. Most of it does seem to be in water. It's like 50-50, half out, half in.
Okay. How far away are we from it?
I will say you guys are like... If that X is the ship, I'd imagine maybe you're this blue square.
Okay.
Maybe even closer.
Alright. Lorelei... Did we want to get on the ship?
I mean, we can't really
you guys-
investigate anything from out here.
Well, that is true, but I want to make sure that everybody's okay with it in case if, I don't know, more of the undead comes...
Do we
I'll-
have an escape plan?
I mean... Y'all
We
can swim,
Wait,
right?
You have a way to potentially breathe underwater. A large part of that ship is underwater. And I
Well,
cannot breathe water.
At least half of it's above water, though.
We could... Maybe if I get closer, I could sense something better. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
I need something better. If
There's
you
no
can
undead
add something-
walking the. There's no undead walking the ship, is there? Like, there's no skeleton crew.
Very
give
obvious
me,
danger.
if you all wish, you can all give me perception checks, or whoever wishes to. Okay. Well, everyone except Damon, because Damon in their kind of heavy armor and gears kind of struggling just to stay, not sink you guys on this rowboat. But everyone else, you guys kind of peer at the ship. No, you don't see anything shambling or walking around.
I don't trust that for a second.
Well, that's good. That means they're all underwater.
Yeah, but unlike me, they can breathe the water.
I don't know if breathing's the right term, but sure.
I mean, they are dead, so technically they don't breathe,
Yeah.
but Astra has a point. They can,
I didn't disagree. I just breathing is not the right term.
but I also say that if shit hits the fan too quickly, we can always leave. But it's possible that some of you might die. I don't
But
know.
that's the
I mean,
like we
your
can
statement's
leave.
still not. Your statement's still accurate. If we die, we can still just always leave.
How fast can we leave? That's the problem. I don't know how fast these zombies can move underwater.
Well,
I'm just saying, looking at the distance, like if we have the knowledge, looking at the distance from the wreck of the Compass Rose to Dragon's Rest itself, we encountered them at Dragon's Rest, and while we don't know exactly when those particular ones went underwater, that's a distance. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah.
several small hangout spots between that. Like
Yeah.
that is.
Because
To me,
I wouldn't want to walk that.
this seems like a do or die kind of situation.
I can actually tell you the distance. For each of those hexes, it's half a mile.
Yeah. So it's either we succeed at this, or we die, or we somehow find a valid escape plan.
Well, I mean, you do have a rowboat, which you are
That
currently
does
in.
not seem like
No,
a valid
until-
escape plan. I feel like
uh,
zombies can definitely outpace that.
well, given
We
the
don't
fact.
know that.
Okay. Hi, can I tell how deep the water is?
It's an ocean.
What?
Genius.
Oh, you know what? Fair. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it, Pi. I'll take it.
It's an ocean.
Given how deep the water is, I'm pretty sure if we got onto the rowboat, they wouldn't be able to reach us. And then we could get back to actual land and fight them if need be.
That's assuming they have to walk on the bottom and they can't swim.
Wow. That's also true. But we're also in a rowboat with this hunk of a man, and she, like, puts her arms around Octu. Look at these muscles!
True.
He can row, trust me. I have
True. You know what? I'm down for the plan now. I'm good for
Here's a
it.
good point. Who's
Let's do
been
it.
rowing the boat this entire time?
Your ego got pumped up is what happened.
I'm ready to do it now.
Who's been rowing the boat from Dragon's Rest to the Compass Rose?
Good question.
Me.
Certainly not me.
Me. Let me show off my muscles.
So Octu has been.
Alright. Damon, your thoughts on the plan? Your thoughts?
I mean, I do see like the conundrum. Like we could just completely like go into something we're not prepared for.
Yes.
So maybe I don't know, like maybe we can try to get more information or learn of like other shipwrecks. Maybe there's like a different shipwreck that could be looked at. So, you know,
This
like
is
if this
just
is
the
an
one that
isolated incident, like it's that one ship and that ship made it happen.
We are certain of other shipwrecks. The thing is that this shipwreck
This one
happened
specifically.
as this shipwreck happened, and then zombies happened, which makes
Right.
it basically we can tie it back to this shipwreck. But we are certain of other shipwrecks.
It's
because
putting two and two together.
Like, well, there's 40 years. There's 40 years of shipwrecks that have happened. The thing is, though, if we wanted to go check out another shipwreck, it would not be a new equation. Those shipwrecks also will have these same issues of zombies just running around.
Right.
In fact, this shipwreck might have the least because it's the oldest.
That is also possible.
Sounds to me sort of like a fuck it situation and just go in.
I mean, that's how we're going to handle it in the long run. We just have to be in character while we do that.
Yes.
Lorelai gives Octu a nice smack on the back, and she goes, "So are we?" On Octu's back, and goes, "So we in agreement?"
I think we're in agreement.
Forward, Octu!
And I start rowing.
Okay. I guess we're going
We're
for
gonna
the
fucking
wreck
die.
of the compass rose. No, you won't die this early.
I save my strength though.
Heard that
So
before.
I'm gonna speed run the rowing when we gotta like book it out of there.
Okay, let me just copy and paste everyone's tokens from a different map.
You won't die this
And
early,
this is
says
how-
the DM.
Says Pie, of all people.
Ooh, also, I forgot, I have some fun art I can show you guys. Oh my goodness.
No.
Of how we're gonna die.
No. See, the thing is that
So, okay, here's some fun art for you guys. Let me know if you see this when I click it. Here's the adventure cover.
ooh,
Oh, that is pretty.
Oh shit.
Certainly not how we're gonna die.
That's sort of cool.
that's really awesome.
And then,
Is that a gold dragon or a brass dragon?
oh, you can find out.
Hmm.
That looks like a brass.
And
Hey, look at
this
this.
is the art to showcase the compass rose.
Hmm.
Oh, and I think that is either that might. Oh, okay. This art. Okay, never mind. Here's the art.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Mold.
Always watch our back.
I love how they're like walking
there's no
around this
zombie
place
behind.
normally, and then there's just a zombie right behind them.
Yeah. That's a stealthy zombie, dude.
No, it's literally Scooby-Doo vibes from this.
Oh, guys, there's claw marks in there. Is that a zombie hand at the very
Welcome
bottom?
To the
I love
wreck.
that they're showing the
Gross.
paladin and the cleric as the ones about to get jumped by that zombie.
Yeah! You know, the two people that have detect evil.
You guys are up here. Let me just do some real quick. Here's your rowboat. But
And it's
let me
completely fine.
read some information. As you guys board the compass rose, the moldering wood of the deck is slick with algae and seawater. Amid the tangle of rigging, splintered railings, and stray seaweed, you spot boots, bones, and bits of gore that seem considerably more recent than the wreck of this ship. Stairs lead to upper decks at fore and aft, and doors lead into cabins under those decks. The main mast remains intact and mostly upright, topped with a crow's nest overflowing with debris. A staircase near the mast and a large hatch on the port side both lead down into the hold. And you guys can all see where you are, correct?
No.
Yep.
No?
No.
No,
Oh,
it's dark. It's darkness imprisoning me.
yes.
Okay, let me try and fix this. Try it first with Lorelai. How about now, Lorelai?
I see my character, yes.
Did anything light up for you?
No, nothing is lit up for me.
Damn. Okay. Hold on. Hold, please. I thought this would work, but no. Oh, no. I know it. Why it won't work. Yeah, okay. Well, because, this is an important question to finally ask. Who has dark vision and who needs to light a torch?
I have dark vision.
Oh, I guess I need to light a torch.
Yeah. But I
Is
get
it elf?
9
Oh, I
cents
have dark
left
vision.
in the-
Nice.
Okay, and I think the people... Does our halfling friend have dark vision? Alden? Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Do you have dark vision?
It doesn't say it anywhere, so I assume not.
Okay. So, of Damon, Holden, and Octu, who's lighting a torch?
I'll light a torch.
I need both hands free.
Does Damon have a sword or an axe and shield?
No, I think just the axe.
Okay, so you'll have a free hand for your torch.
I mean, I have a hooded lantern.
Slowly, everyone should be able to start seeing the map.
Yes.
Just want to confirm that everyone can see up here.
Yeah.
I have a small dark mark,
Yeah,
marring
same.
it, but not much.
Okay, well, as long as you can see what you can see, some things have walls that you can't see past, which might just be the crow's nest. It might be some walls on that prevent you from seeing past it.
That's probably what it is.
Damon, you can see the map. You have your light.
Yes, I can see now.
All right, perfect. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I just got a screenshot. That is what that dark spot is. That is the crow's nest. But you guys are on the ship. I'll copy and paste the description again for everyone. Here is what you see as you board the compass rose.
Is motoring a word? What the hell? I'm looking up motoring.
I was just gonna start Googling it to slowly decay or disintegrate, especially because of neglect.
Huh.
Moldering. So the wood is decay. What do you guys wish to
Any
do?
treasure will likely be in the hold. Then again, so will the zombies in the water. Maybe there will be treasure in the captain's cabin. I think we should start with a captain's cabin.
True.
Because if there was a treasure that was going to curse everything, that would be in the captain's cabin.
True enough.
Okay. So you
Okay,
guys
but
heading.
where's the captain's cabin?
Well, there's a hatch and stairs that go down below.
I don't know ships, dude. Their captain cabin's down below.
Mm-hmm.
No, the door leads into captains under those decks. So in general, under the upper deck. So it would probably be a door somewhere in one of those.
Okay. I'll follow you, man, if you know where you're going.
Yeah, because the stairs lead to the upper deck at fore and aft, and doors lead into cabins under those decks. So that's going to probably be over here.
Maybe I got my
Anyways,
camera.
we're gonna check the door. We should check the door, the captain's cabin door.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move you guys to a different part of the boat. Because this is where you're meant to be.
Oh. Huh.
Because from where you were up there, yeah, okay, this is correct. And you have doors around you.
Wait, are we in the ship? Did we got in the ship?
Yes, I put
Okay.
you on the correct map.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's.
So
Who's gonna go first?
Astra, if you're trying that door, you try to open the door, but something feels as if it's blocking you from opening, as if almost there may be a barricade behind it.
Well, that's certainly interesting. This door feels barricaded. If anybody with strength might want
Where's
to
the
knock it
paladin?
open or something.
No. Hi.
In fact, we
Let
should
me
definitely
try.
have the paladin and maybe Octu in the front, because if it's barricaded, there's a chance. I'm going to say that there's a chance that somebody was trying to stay alive away from
Get back,
zombies. And in
get
40
back here
years,
and ready my
they will
boat,
have
just
failed.
in case.
There's almost guaranteed to be a zombie in that room.
Just in case, I'm gonna have my boat ready.
Does the door look solid, or can I just like smash a hole in it?
Well, why don't you give me a strength check?
Okay. I want
strength.
to just like make a hole at eye level so I can just look through. Just God damn, I'm rolling so good today, man.
As you go to make a hole,
I'm just waiting for the whole door to bust
hold on
open.
a second. Yeah, hold on. You're gonna see something, but let me get the narration first.
Oh, jambies.
I
told you it was guaranteed.
As you go to put a hole in this door, your strength kind of, you weren't expecting, you're so much strength to be put into this. So as you go, you accidentally just completely, due to the door being partially rotten as well, the door completely comes off and shatters and crashes open to reveal 2 drowned sailors in a cabin that must once have been luxurious. A bookcase, half collapsed, holds waterlogged and disintegrating books and scrolls. The polished wood desk leans awkwardly on 3 legs. It has an ornate compass set in its center. The bed is covered in rotting bedding and sags in the middle, and there's a jagged hole that gapes in the floor beside the bed. And as these 2 undead sailors stare back and look at all of you in a line, that is where we will end our session.
Oh shit.
And we will open up session 2 on the Compass Rose with initiative.
Alright.
Awesome.
For now, everyone say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube, and see you next time on Stormwreck Isle.